Hi, it's Mark with At My Home, and today I'm going to talk about a product that helps us put nails in the wall. And I think we've all been through it. We all have one of these, little stud finder that works pretty well. It finds a stud, so if you have to put a screw or a nail into a stud to hang whatever you're hanging, this thing works pretty good. But at CES a couple years ago, we met a company called Walabot, and they actually sent us their device called the Walabot Plus, or I should say Walabot DIY Plus, to help you do the job better. And what I mean by that is that when you go to hang something, right, you find the stud, you put a nail in the stud, that's great. But sometimes you can't really nail or put the screw in to the wall right where there's a stud for whatever reason. Maybe it's not where you want to hang the shelf or hang the picture. And the scary part, of course, is what if there's a wire or there's a pipe behind it? And so what the Walabot DIY does is allows you to find things like pipes and wires behind the wall. One thing it won't do is it won't work with iOS. There's actually a beta going on right now at Walabot for iOS for this product, but it's not available yet, and I don't know when it's going to be available. So that's one thing to keep in mind. That means you have to have an Android phone. Now, we're iOS users, so I had to get an Android phone that would work with this, and I didn't want to spend a lot of money. So I actually found this thing. It's a Nokia 2.3, just came out, handles Android 10, and has a feature in it called USB on the go, and that is required to use this product. So you have to have like a Android 6.0 or later, plus USB on the go. That's really important. So we picked this up, has a micro USB port, so that's great because that's what it takes to use the Walabot, but I did have to pick up the phone. Now, the unit itself is pretty simple, right? It's lightweight. It's got some pads on the back so you can scrape it against the wall without damaging the wall. And you basically just attach it to your phone, So they give you two cables. They give you one that's a USB-C, which we don't use for this one, or you can use the USB to micro USB connector. So we'll plug that in. All right, so that plugs in there pretty easy, and then the other end plugs into your phone. But they also give you this little sticky pad, and you put the sticky pad on the device, and then you take your phone and you stick it to it, and now you have a stud finder. So you can have this stud finder, or you can have this stud finder. This one finds studs really well. This one finds not only studs really well, but it also finds wires and pipes and so forth. So then it's just a question of taking this and plugging it into the phone. And then what should happen is it should find the Walabot. So now plug it in. Oh, there we go. It says, please grant permission. It's okay. I'll let it go. Okay, now it's connecting to the device. And it's already connected, ready to go. So pretty easy. And you select the wall type. So it says tap anywhere in the screen to continue to default. And then it comes up and says, do you want a concrete or stud wall? So we're using a stud wall, so that's what we selected. And then I want you to calibrate. So what would happen is you press the start calibration button, and you basically draw circles on the wall with the device, as you can see here in the image. And you just do that a bunch of times over a pretty good size area. Like you want to go like 16, 20-inch circles. And then what will happen is it'll finish the calibration, and now you're all set to go off and scan for studs or other things in the wall. It's that easy. But you do have to, every time you change the wall type, so like we have drywall in this house, but if you were to have some different type of wall, you want to go scan that wall, because what it's doing is it's looking to see what you have behind the wall and determine the best way to image what's behind the wall. Okay, so once you've done that, you have three modes. You can do what's called pan. Now what pan does is you actually go through and you scan along the wall, and it will show you an image of everything that's behind the wall, kind of a vertical diagram of pipes and wires and studs and other objects that are behind the wall. And it just kind of gives an indicator of what kind of things are back there, but not in detail. So to get the detail, you go to the images, and now with images, it's more like this scanner here. And you basically go off and you scan the wall like you normally would with a stud finder. And what you'll see is, you'll see these brown vertical bars come up, and that's your stud, right? So it looks like a stud, and it's a stud. So now you know where the stud is or where the center of the stud is. If you scan a little more, you can find pipes and wires, and I'll show you that in a minute. But that's it. That's how easy it is to find the studs. Now, of course, they also have what's called expert mode. And expert mode is kind of interesting because expert mode is looking at the images that this device sees, right? So the software figures out from those images in expert mode what the object is, but you can actually go in and look at it. They claim it's helpful for finding bends in pipes, or it's interesting to find moving objects on the wall like mice. I'm not going to demonstrate that because hopefully we don't have any mice in the house that we know of, but if you wanted to find them, this would be a good device to let you do that. So the big thing is that think about when you're hanging something and you're worried about hitting a water pipe. So for example, we have a half bath downstairs and you've got a sink. And the real worry is if on the other side of the wall, right, which is in our hallway, if I wanted to hang a shelf or bolt something to that wall, my fear would be that I might drill into a water pipe. So with this, you can see, you can find those water pipes and you can make sure you don't hit those pipes. So really it's a handy device that goes beyond finding studs to really find the wires and the pipes in the wall. So that's pretty much it. That's really the Walabot DIY Plus. Thank you for watching our video today. And for more information about the Walabot DIY and links where to purchase, take a look at the description below. And before you leave, please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. It helps us do videos in the future. And for more smart home stories, visit appmyhome.com. Thank you.